All right. So I'm working on a Digital Corpora scenario, and I'm specifically doing LoneWolf, which is just some fictional example where someone was planning a mass shooting. They provide disk images and then memory files. I started with memory analysis and um, let me see. All right, so I'm using volatility 3, and I started with memory analysis just because this is what I was learning on my own before I started this example. Um, and I guess in this scenario, I don't really think it mattered. I think just kind of connecting the dots on what I already know. I think memory forensics, and maybe I don't see the bigger picture, but I think that memory forensics is useful in like a malware analysis environment where there's artifacts left behind by an attacker that can kind of give you insight as to some of the mechanisms or some of the indicators of compromise that a piece of malware might have. So I think in this scenario, doing the memory forensics didn't really matter. Again, maybe I'm not seeing the bigger picture, but and it wasn't a waste of time. Like, um, basically all I could do. Uh, I don't think PS list worked, and PS tree didn't work, but PS scan did. So I only have the symbols for uh, and mind you, this scenario is from 2018, so this is a very old Windows 11 image or Windows 10 image. Um, so yeah, I didn't have the symbols for PS tree or PS scan, but or PS list, but PS scan does work, and this gave me the output that you see back here in my VS Code window. Um, so yeah, I don't really think using volatility added anything. Again, this is in this scenario we're just investigating a mass shooting, so it's like somebody has files on their computer that indicate them. Um, and yeah, I don't really think like I think you can assume like this is just a standard person who just has a computer and they're not some like criminal criminal um, hacker mastermind. Like I don't think we're gonna find artifacts hidden in memory. This is still running, but okay. You could just trust that this is the output that I got from PS scan. Um, and since I didn't have PS tree, I basically converted it to CSV, and then I'm using a plugin called Data Wrangler. You can see it right here to basically print it in a nicer format. Um, and I know I keep saying like memory forensics isn't really that important, but this I think was useful for me because I could see some of these data insights. Um, so specifically, let me remind myself. Like using this tool, I could filter out any threads that are zero, so that way I don't need to see like inactive processes. And like DLL host, login UI. I guess this is an exception, but login UI again. I think these are all just like standard things that run, naturally with the computer. Also like Wi-Fi task. Um, so I could filter those out, which is what I did. I'm just kind of messing around with like memory forensics and like a real image that's not my own computer. Um, so yeah, filtering out processes that aren't running, I could see. Maybe I could just do it just to remind myself. Not equal to 0. We'll apply it. Okay, so these are all the active threads, and there's 162 of them. Um, and this kind of gives me. Let me do this. I'm gonna sort it by the parent ID and then the process ID. So let's see, sort and filter, sort values. We're gonna start with the parent ID and then sort by the process ID. Um, yeah, so a lot of these are basically just services that are running. You see here, let me get rid of this. A lot of these processes are, the parent process is 708, and 708 is services.exe, which is, standard. Services are children of this process. This one's interesting. Whatever. They have a Office 365 process running. I think that this is just like the updater. Not sure what this one is. I don't think I looked into that. A lot of runtime broker. I forget what this does. Let me see if I made a note on it. Runtime broker. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, just like a lot of like standard stuff. The other thing I did is I looked at the the images themselves, so like the actual name of the program that's running. And a lot of it is just like standard stuff. Oh, I think I sorted this wrong. Sending. So like box sync, this is something Dropbox related. I think this is also Dropbox related. And then you can see the Dropbox services. And again, these are running processes, so we know that this is running. They're also doing something in Excel. This is something probably worth investigating. This obviously captured the image. I think this is standard. I don't know what this is yet, but I know this is standard for memory images. Again, Office 365. Here's OneDrive. There's OneNote eventually. I know I looked into this, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so you just have these like standard processes. Here's Chrome. We could probably see what they're doing in Chrome. Um, I don't. Yeah, Google Drive. Here's OneNote right here. So yeah, just a lot of like standard stuff you'd see on a normal computer. Um, I think this was pretty cool to do at first because then it kind of gave me an insight of like the different areas I could look into. Like I'm already pretty familiar with Windows, but um, I don't know, just a different alternative for me to know like okay, what's actually on the computer, what's running, likely what are they using on their day to day. And I'm not sure. This stands out to me right now. I think I added it in my notes. Talk somewhere about Excel. Yeah. Okay. Oh, they also have Word and Excel running. But seeing this again right now, I think maybe I should make it a point Let me do this. Can you redraw a Excel window with volatility? Like, can you recreate the window? Process window with volatility 3. Actually, before I do that, let me actually read the manual. I'm not sure why this isn't showing, but you can definitely trust me that it gave me that output. Okay, so we care about Windows stuff. I don't think most of this helps me in this scenario. I don't know what this does. Okay, but I see this Excel thing, and I wonder if I could recreate the window, just actually see what they're looking at. Or maybe I can know. Um, I know this command didn't work, but since I'm getting different output today, I wonder if it will. PID. What am I looking for? Excel is 7464. I don't think it's gonna give me anything. Again, it didn't the other day. Yeah. What else could I do here? Maybe my idea here is like maybe I could find the file that it's opening, or maybe this is just some like standard process that's running. I don't know. I'm not sure if like the suspect in this fictional scenario actually had this running or not. I assume they did, and it'd be interesting to see if I could potentially recreate that window and see what they're looking at, or at least figure out what file they have open. Maybe I could dump the file. Yeah. I'm tempted by this, and I don't know what this is doing. Enumerates desktop instances. I don't think this is doing what I would want. File scan. This might help me. So dump files and file scan I think help me. Because I assume this is telling me like, okay, what's actually, what file descriptors are open, I think. Scans for file objects present. Yeah, so maybe like a file may partially or fully be loaded in memory. And just whatever's cached in memory is what you could recover. Let me see what else. Mod scan. I can't remember what modules are, but I think this is like driver related. Oh, kernel modules. I don't think that matters in this case. Portable executables, I don't think this matters. Registry stuff, I don't think registry stuff matters. Could be entirely wrong though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Or maybe I could do like a strings and then grep for the XL, like XLS .xls file format or XLSX, whatever. Um, I think I'm gonna finish this Google search because I'm actually curious because I'm also, like I mentioned before, I'm trying to practice memory forensics, and maybe this isn't the best. Um, Maybe this isn't the best one to be testing memory forensics with. So just doing like a cursory search. Um, okay, I don't think this stuff matters to me. I think this is API stuff. I do see this AI overview, but I'm trying to skip it to figure it out on my own. Implement a feature to current running process from RAM memory image. I have no idea who even made this. What the fuck? Oh, okay, so this is the poster, sorry. Hmm. I don't think that helps me. I'm curious what this is about, even though it's completely different. Bad profile, bad image. Okay. So that's probably why I'm missing stuff. Bad profile or bad image, or I'm missing the symbols. Auto detect, are you dumping full memory? Okay. I was just curious what this said. This would be interesting. That's loud. I just want to save that. Okay, sorry. Okay, well, let's see what this says, because nothing else I could find indicates this. Okay, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Okay. I don't think I'm asking the right question, but or I don't think that yeah, overview is answering the question I wanted, but it's fine. Okay. Let me make a to-do section. Okay. Yep. Okay, I think I'm gonna move away from the command line, and I'm gonna switch over to FTK. done. Let's let this load. Um, okay, so we know that there are various processes like there's just standard Windows stuff going on, schedule tasks and login UI. Then there's Google Chrome, and then there's stuff like OneDrive, Excel, and Word. Oh, and Dropbox. So we can assume there might be files related to the investigation on Dropbox, OneDrive, Excel, and Word. So I think we should look at these. And to do that, we want to look at the user account, and we know that the person, or now we know, just looking at this computer, because the individual's brother alerted police concerning behavior, concerning behavior about the brother. Police seized the brother's laptop. Okay, so we know that um, this person's name is Jay Cloudy, and I kind of done a little bit on my own already, and I think it's Jim Cloudy. But their desktop had some stuff. They had like pictures related to like mass shootings and stuff. This is drive uploading. I'll go into app data in a second, but he does have some saved files that I think it was under his OneDrive. I don't think anything was. Oh, I guess Dropbox did have some stuff. It's the same pictures. Okay, I didn't catch this one. So they saved a web page, and it has some JavaScript, some HTML, some CSS. Yeah, more JavaScript. Okay, I'll come back to this. It's tied to this web page. Expand this. Planning. Okay. Google Drive. This OneDrive had some stuff too, but I think the Dropbox had more. Pictures, and I think he had some stuff planning a, yeah, this. Resistance calendar. This is April 3rd. And look, he has the Word open. What is this? Okay, Whitfield. I think maybe he's gonna like extract or something. Got a hotel. I think it's just prices. This is the fourth now. Okay, this is in Indonesia, so I guess this is like where he's gonna stay or something. Nothing here. $327. Actually, don't know what this artifact is. So did we click through this? Yeah. There's nothing there. This is the OneNote thing. I don't think this matters. So this is OneNote. And this leads to a link, it looks like. So it's a shortcut, or oh, I think it's a shortcut to his OneNote that's in the cloud, I think. I don't think the OneNote is stored locally. I'll go to the app data in a second. Maybe we get his bookmarks from this. Yeah, favorites. Nothing. This is file Slack. Damn, nothing. Links. Whatever. Downloads. System folder. C users. J cloudy. I see that. Okay. Um, yeah, maybe this doesn't matter. What is this? You don't know what that is. Jim Cloudy. Okay, so we know he has chats through the Google service, but we can't see that here. But I wonder if we can find it in app data maybe? Bing URL. Link ID. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so it is the Cloudy Manifesto. So since it says the Cloudy Manifesto. I wonder if he's trying to get his brother involved, like the root key. What the fuck is this? AWS access key. What is this? Okay. Okay. So I can look at that. I don't think this matters. I think the app data is the only thing we care about. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay. I always get local and roaming confused. Okay, I don't think I'm looking at what I think I'm. Printer shortcuts. What the fuck am I looking for? App data? Is this something completely different? Or maybe this version of Windows doesn't have it laid out like that. Oh, I'm looking at it. I went too high. Sorry about that. Okay. This is his backup from okay, I'm back on track. So this is Dropbox, I think. Or no, Box was a different service. Okay, so going back to this. Okay, so there's Dropbox and then there's Box. Both of which are some cloud storage, whatever. I don't think, okay, yeah. That's what I figured. This is Google Drive. I don't think he was putting anything there. I actually don't know. There's some SQL file. What is the schema? I don't know. It's your default. These are all application configurations. Chrome. I know we could find the history here. I don't know if that's under local or roaming though. Again, I get it confused. Okay, has to be under local. Is there anything here? What is this? Some junk. I'm trying to look for any like temporary data that might be left. I think these are like configurations. I think this is actual application data. Okay, but we could definitely get the history from here. Let me remind myself where that is. I don't see it here. History is here. Found it. Okay, let me get everything else too. We get downloads. No, I think that's in here, if I remember correctly. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so history is there under default. I'll remember that. Crashpad, logs. Do I care about this stuff? Do we get anything useful from this? This is log data. Dropbox client. I mean, there's no timestamp, so I don't think this is useful. This is just program initializing on the 6th. Okay, I guess just kind of recap what I'm doing. I'm looking for artifacts. I'm not really like trying to. I know report writing is part of the process of digital forensics, but I'm not doing that yet. I just kind of want to get a feel for what's going on. And I did find, some incriminating stuff. Where I could, establish a narrative like they were planning this. But I want to see what more I can get. I don't think this gives me anything. This is 9 kilobytes. I don't want to scroll through that. It's just some junk. Okay, I'm done with the Dropbox thing. We can already get quite a bit of information out of it. But I'm curious if I can get these messages or something. Like a cache message. But then, okay. So if we go back down here, I know I keep going back and forth, but bear with me. Okay. So we have this chat. I think in an investigation you wouldn't, like maybe I could, try to go to this, but I don't think it'd be appropriate in an investigation. I think you're limited to just the image that you have in front of you. But this was probably done on the browser, so Google, Chrome. I don't think Drive matters. Let me just check. What are in these? Temp data. HTTP cache. Fuck me, this keeps going deeper. No, what the fuck am I looking at here? What the fuck is this? Get folder graph. Cloud Watcher. I don't think this matters to me. This just looks like some junk. The main thread. No. I don't think this matters to me. I'm just like curious what the hell I'm looking at. Is this file Slack? Okay, whatever. This definitely seems to be like just some Google specific stuff. Is there anything I can get out of this? 5 MB log file starting on the 27th. Sync. Process ID. Does that correspond with this? What was it? 9020? That was 9020 over here. Google Drive to sync. I don't know. Can Gmail data be cached on local device? Can Google Chrome cache Gmail data? Okay, well, let me go back here then. Oh, fuck, this was Drive. Why did I do that again? Sorry, this is pretty dank. So I was looking under Drive. Why the fuck did I go back there? I was probably just trying to, like, do my due diligence and look through all that. This probably doesn't matter. Okay, I think I care about this Chrome tab. Okay, so according to the AI overview, it would be cached, which makes sense. Or objects, emails, objects, maybe even documents are cached. The rest of this doesn't seem relevant. Current tabs. What kind of file is this? SNSS? What is SNSS file header Google? session file. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Alright, so this is new to me. I didn't know you could do this. Current session. SNSS. Yeah, Gmail again. Dude, this is fucking interesting. And this is the history last session. Chrome. Dude, I fucking love this. What is login data? Create table. This is the... I think this is the schema that I'm looking at right now. Whatever. Top sites. Web data. What is this schema? Thumbnails? Default. Thumbnails. Media cache. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Dating back to March. Application cache. I might spoil the answer. Kind of click through most of it. Oh, let me put this bitch away. Again, still just looking for artifacts. I want to see if I can get some of the... Because So I'm sure we'll find something in history. Oh, it's not responding now. We'll probably get something in history, Chrome history, maybe downloads. Um, but I want to see if we can get some more from this application data. I know I keep like harping on it, but I assume it's not gonna be some like raw file. I assume it will be some SQLite thing, but let me just spoil it to be efficient. Where is Gmail data temporarily stored on PC? Default cache. I'm literally fucking looking at it. This doesn't matter to me. Is it like encrypted? I don't think this answered my. Yeah, so I guess if I see somebody or a suspect using Chrome, I guess it's just low-key kind of a gold mine. But how the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. I feel bad. Does this matter to me? Okay, I'm looking at the wrong fucking thing. Yeah, I don't think I care about that. Let me just take this off to the side and see if I can even. I'm going to Gmail. If I go to the setting for clearing my cache, I wonder if it'll give me some insight as to where the fuck it's stored. Boom, boom. I can't find it, figure it out. Let me open this. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do anything. Click the gear. This is just themes. Oh, see all settings. Advanced. Offline. General. Inbox. Can't carry any more fish. User data default. Index DB. Default. User data default. HI. Index DB. Is that the name of the file? Is that a folder? Index DB. Oh. Oh. What the fuck am I looking at? Docs. This is a log file. I wonder if that corresponds to the YouTube. Where's mail? Gmail. What is the mail.google.com? Drive. This file Slack, whatever. Did I like hit a mother load right now? What the fuck am I looking at? I really have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, so Google Drive. These are logs. What the fuck? Key. I should run a timestamp on this. Excel sheet macro punch. Is there like a data section to this motherfucker or what? Okay, so this is where the requests came. This is Mozilla. File Slack again. Jim Cloudy. Yikes. This looks like the AWS thing. I mean, it could be. But even then, like, what the fuck is this telling me? Manifest? Does I care about this manifest file? Let me go back here. I'll go to this one. This is 1 kilobyte. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at? This is plain text, plain text. What the fuck am I looking at, man? File system? I'm gonna do another search. Okay, so this isn't SQLite anymore. Damn, this is getting like really fucking dank. Hmm. Any tools I could use? I asked a ChatGPT and I'm embarrassed about it, but whatever. But I think it was saying that this, not this specifically, but these these files are the cache data, but it's not like very easy to interpret. Man, this is so fucking dank. I'm pretty sure I found the bulk of pretty much everything. Found this. Chrome Cache View. What is Chrome Cache View? Ooh, what is this? Is this from the same company? No. Of the current web page. Eighteen stars. Who the fuck is this guy? Chrome DevTools, maybe this is what I want? Cache storage. Okay, this is like for actual app developers though. I don't think that's what I want. HTTP cache. HTTP cache. Ah, this is fucking dank. This is fucking dank. Let me more tools. Developer tools. No, I don't think this helps me. Okay, so they're like redistributing it or something? Damn. Maybe this is useful. What? Where's my terminal? Um, Let me see if these are legit. I don't know if this actually accomplishes what I want, but okay. Oh. I wonder if these are being flagged because of the data that it's looking at. But this one's saying it's a Trojan. Oh, maybe this doesn't even do what I want. Yeah, maybe I'm just going a bit too deep on this. We'll just see what people say about this. This is interesting for me. Never heard of this word. Alright, I told myself I'd go until 8. I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I need to use this resource a bit more. Okay. And I'm actually low-key just gonna leave that open. Bop. Didn't do anything here. Um, forensics wiki, and